Hey guys, I know we've met our caterpillars this week, and I'm super excited to see what's going to happen to them. And I'll be showing them each day live. And as we saw, they're all coming up into the top of our little cup where they'll attach to the fabric and form a chrysalis. And a chrysalis is the stage after a caterpillar, and they will stay in that for about a week, a little less maybe, and then we'll start seeing them become butterflies, which is absolutely amazing. But right now, here's our little 7 friends, or 8. Let's see, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 caterpillars right here. And maybe you can come up with a name for one of them. So we have 7 students, 7 caterpillars. So I want each person to maybe come up with a name for one of our caterpillars that will become a butterfly. And then when we release them, we can tell them all bye. So today we're going to answer some true and false questions about butterflies and caterpillars. Butterflies have 6 legs. True or false? True. Butterflies are like all other insects. Remember, we've studied insects and know that they have 6 legs. They have 3 pairs of legs which are attached to the body. Each leg is divided into 4 parts and ends in a tiny claw for gripping or holding on. All 6 legs are hinged to let the butterfly walk or land easily on leaves and flowers. Butterflies have 6 legs, but they usually land on only 4. Butterflies need the sun's warmth to fly or feed. True or false? True. Butterflies are sun-loving creatures. They cannot warm themselves. They need the heat of the sun to warm their bodies for flying and eating. The flowers that butterflies feed on also need lots of sunshine. These flowers contain nectar, a liquid that is the butterfly's main food. Butterflies rarely feed at night or in the shade. Butterflies chew their food. True or false? False. Butterflies don't bite or chew their food. Their jaws are locked together at the bottom of the head to form a kind of feeding tube. It's called a proboscis. The proboscis works like a little straw to suck up or sip the nectar from flowers. So the next time you can drink with a straw, you can pretend that you're sipping and make it a proboscis. Try drinking some water or some Kool-Aid or lemonade with a straw, and you can be eating just like a butterfly would. A butterfly will feed from any flower. True or false? False. Each kind of butterfly has its own favorite flower to feed on. Monarch butterflies prefer milkweed. Painted lady butterflies usually choose thistles or zinnias. Other types of butterflies seek out marigolds, daisies, or crocuses. There are many thousands of different kinds of butterflies, each with his own special flower. Butterflies taste with their feet. True or false? True! The bottom of each butterfly leg has a pad with the tiny hairs that taste the flower. Many butterflies take only a few seconds to decide if the flower's nectar is good enough to eat. If it is, tiny claws at the end of each leg grip the flower, and the butterfly starts to feed. Butterfly legs are very weak, so the insects do not walk very far. Butterflies have noses for smelling. True or false? What do you think? False! Most butterflies use their 2 long, thin feelers or antennae for smelling. The antennae grow between the butterfly's eyes. Each antenna has a knob at the end with sensors to pick up odors. A good sense of smell helps butterflies find food and mates. Antennae give butterflies their sense of touch as well as their sense of smell. A butterfly sees what we see. True or false? False! A butterfly doesn't see what we see. It sees in almost every direction at the same time. That's because it has a large eye on each side of its head. And each eye is made up of many tiny separate eyes. It also spots moving objects easily. Just try to creep up on a butterfly and see how fast it sees you and flies away. Scientists believe that butterflies can only see the colors red, green, and yellow. But we probably don't know for sure because they can't really ask them. Butterflies have 2 pairs of wings. True or false? True. Like other flying insects, the butterfly has 2 pairs of wings. It flaps all 4 wings at the same time when moving through the air. The larger the butterfly, the slower it beats its wings. A butterfly has to be careful that it doesn't tear or break its very delicate wings. A butterfly with damaged wings cannot fly. Butterflies flap their wings 4 to 20 times a second. Butterfly wings are covered with scales. True or false? True. Butterfly wings are covered with tiny overlapping scales that are as fine as dust. Under a microscope, the scales look like little shingles on the roof of a house. All of the butterfly color comes from its scales. Some scales have their own color. Other scales change color as the light strikes them. Scales help the butterfly stay warm by absorbing sunlight. Butterflies have few enemies. True or false? False. Butterflies have many enemies. Cats, birds, frogs, lizards, spiders, and humans. To survive, many butterflies have strange designs, shapes, or patterns on their wings. A number have large spots called eye spots, like these right here, which can make the butterfly look like an owl or other animal. The eye spots startle the enemy, giving the butterfly time to escape. Some butterflies are nearly invisible. True or false? True. Some butterflies just blend into their surroundings. This ability is called camouflage. A few kinds of butterflies look like dead leaves. Some resemble the bark. Look how this one looks just like the tree it's on. Some will resemble the gray bark on trees and have wings that are bright on top and dull underneath. When in danger, they land on twigs or leaves and fold up their wings. Some butterflies have see-through wings with very few scales, which make them nearly invisible. The largest butterfly in the world lives in the United States. True or false? False! The world's largest butterfly lives in the treetops of New Guinea, far from North America. The Queen Alexandra's birdwing has a wingspan of about 1 foot, so 12 inches. That's about the wing size of a robin that you would see in your backyard. That is huge. The smallest butterfly is the size of a thumbnail. So look at your thumbnail. That's the size of the smallest thumbnail. True or false? True. The world's smallest butterfly is the western pygmy blue. Most of these butterflies live in tropical areas of Africa and Hawaiian Islands. The pygmy blue with its wings open would fit on a dime. It's only a ½ an inch wide. Butterflies live in all continents around the world except Antarctica. And what do we know about Antarctica? It's very, very, very cold. Butterflies and moths look alike. True or false? True. Butterflies and moths look alike, even though moths tend to be plump and fuzzy. Another way to tell butterflies and moths apart is to see them at rest. Most butterflies at rest hold their wings straight up over their backs. Moths generally spread their wings flat over their backs. Moths do not also have knobs or bulbs at the end of their antenna like butterflies do. Butterflies live only 1 day. True or false? False. Butterflies may live from 2 days to nearly a year. Some hibernate or spend the winter in a deep sleep. Monarch butterflies come together in large groups and migrate or move to warmer places for the winter. And I sent a video in your lesson plans for you to watch about that. It's amazing. Monarch butterflies migrate farther than any other butterfly. Butterflies lay eggs in nest. True or false? False! Butterflies lay eggs on leaves. Each egg is very small and often looks like a tiny jelly bean. In 1 to 2 weeks, caterpillars, not butterflies, hatch from the eggs. The newborn caterpillars look like worms or small snakes. In time, these caterpillars grow up to be butterflies. Some butterflies lay more than 1,000 eggs at one time. Newborn caterpillars eat their own eggshells. True or false? True. The first thing the newborn eats is its own eggshell. Each kind of butterfly lays eggs on a plant its young can eat. As each egg hatches, a small caterpillar crawls out. Then it starts nibbling leaves nonstop. A monarch caterpillar can finish a whole milkweed leaf in about 4 minutes. Wow. A caterpillar never sees its mother, the female butterfly that laid the eggs. Some caterpillars are blind. True or false? True. A few kinds of caterpillars have no eyes, but most caterpillars have 6 small eyes on each side of their head. Even so, they cannot see very well. Caterpillars can see the difference between light and dark, but they cannot see images. The caterpillar depends on a good sense of touch to find leaves to feed on. Caterpillars have no way to protect themselves. True or false? False. Caterpillars have a few means of defense against attacks by birds and other enemies. Some caterpillars look like the bird droppings and are left alone. Others have large eye spots on their head that makes them look scary, like snakes, and the enemies flee. Despite their defenses, most caterpillars are eaten by larger animals. A caterpillar's skin does not grow bigger. True or false? True. When the caterpillar gets too big for its own skin, the skin splits down the back. The caterpillar crawls out, and underneath there's a new skin. Shedding old skin so that a new skin can grow is called molting. Most caterpillars molt 4 or 5 times as they grow. A full-grown caterpillar builds a shell around itself. True or false? True. When it is finished growing, the caterpillar hangs down from a twig or a leaf. It forms a hard outer case called a chrysalis around itself. The caterpillar is now known as a pupa. Inside the chrysalis, the pupa slowly changes into a butterfly. This change is called metamorphosis. Every butterfly has the same life cycle. True or false? True. Each butterfly goes through the same 4 stages in its lifetime. The butterfly starts out as an egg. In a little while, the egg hatches into a caterpillar. The caterpillar eats and grows until it becomes a pupa. Finally, the pupa slowly changes into a butterfly. Egg, caterpillar, pupa, and butterfly. The life cycle is complete. The butterfly probably gets its name because many butterflies have yellow wings, the color of butter. That's a very interesting fact. I hope you find butterflies as interesting as I have and that as I love, and I hope that this summer and this spring you continue to look for butterflies as you're outside and playing, because they're God's beautiful creation. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.